Hi guys, thank you for returning back to my channel. I'm Charisma of Charismatic Glam, and I thank you guys for watching. So today's video is going to be a hair install with this hair that you see going on. This is very different for me. This hair was purchased from Nadula Hair. If you want to see how I install this wig and melt my lace, keep on watching. Hi guys, so I'm putting on my cap for my wig. You're going to see me spray and speed this up because, you know, this is the boring stuff that we all know how to do. Lay down the glue, spray the cap, blow dry it, and it's time to get on with this. So I am now cutting the cap because I have a little forehead, and for most people, you know, they can fit this cap, but not me. I don't have a forehead, so I have to make sure that my cap is cut a little bit more than most. So now we're going to place the wig on, and I'm using Juvia's Place Gobi to put the powder in for blending purposes for my wig, because we definitely don't want anyone to know that there's a wig underneath this wig now, do we? However, you'll see my face in a few minutes that when I lifted that brush, I knew it was all wrong. But I'm a master of fixing stuff, so I put the Gobi down on my scalp. Well, I'm sorry, not my scalp. I put it down on the wig cap. But what you won't see until later is that I actually used MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in dark, which is my normal setting powder that I use. And that's how I corrected it. You guys can see it a little bit there. So now I'm going to prepare to secure the wig over my wig cap and make sure that it's in a perfect position so that when we spray, we are making sure that you can't see the cap. It flows perfectly between my skin and the lace. And please don't mind the dye that's on this lace. I over dyed it and did not realize that it was on the lace, but you won't see it. Don't worry about it. So now we are spraying with my favorite Got2b glue spray, and I like to do this in sections, but for whatever reason I decided to spray the whole entire thing. But luckily it didn't do too much running, which was great. So I'm blow drying it, and I use a comb, just making sure that I comb through it as I blow dry, because the issue that I've had before is not combing through and then you get hard, stiff hair in the front. So ladies, if you're like me, don't be like me. Let's fix that now. Make sure that you get a comb and comb through it as you are blow drying to secure your lace for the proper install. So I want to also put out a disclaimer to you guys. I am still new at the wig laying thing, so please take this from a beginner standpoint because I am truly new at this. So again, I'm still just spraying, going through it, spraying piece by piece and using my comb and blow dry just to make sure that I have secured it onto my forehead, so that way we can prep for the actual fitting of this wig afterwards. So I noticed that I could still see the wig cap a little bit, so that's why you see me taking the rat tail part of the comb and pulling the wig down to secure it a little bit more. And now my favorite part, and it's not really not my favorite, guys, but this wig was just made so good. Like I'm just over the moon with this wig, that the edges to spray were like immaculate. Easy cut, easy assembly. It was just the best. So I am cutting my wig into, I think, 4 sections, just to make sure that I don't just cut straight across, because sometimes with cutting straight across, you're unable to really fit the wig properly. So I do my wigs in sections when I am cutting the lace. It's no rush. So ladies, if you're a beginner, take your time. Watch as many tutorials. You can watch this tutorial again, but take your time. It's no rush. We all had to start from somewhere, and this is my somewhere. We're going to get better together. So I am clearly just looking at this wig, just trying to see where is the starting point for me with the wig. But I'm starting. Make sure that when you are cutting your lace, make sure that you are not just cutting it in one swoop across, because that's when it looks extremely fake and people can definitely spot it when they're too close. But tell them, you in my business, don't do that. So I am cutting the wig with the razor that you find in the beauty supply store. It's $1. Please, ladies, don't go out and go spend extra money to cut the lace off your wig and get these fancy smancy products that they're coming out with. This good old razor from the beauty supply store is $1. You can use that. And just make sure you cut it kind of jagged so that way it gives the realistic look when you get ready to melt the lace later. So the white stuff that you see on my forehead is just the old got-to-be glue, but y'all know that. So I'm just trying to take it off because it was honestly irking my nerve. So I'm going through each part of the wig that I cut when it comes to the lace, and just making sure that I am cutting in jagged motions so that way it's not just a smooth cut across and the wig is forming that full moon shape. I'm taking my time going across the wig and cutting it pretty jagged so that way when I melt the lace later, it looks like it's growing right on out of my scalp. But believe it or not, guys, this is my forehead. As y'all can see, I really don't have much of a forehead like most. Like, small foreheads, they exist and they do matter, but I wish it was a little bigger. So this particular wig did not have a lot of hair that came all the way down to the ear that I had to cut. So this one was more lace. And I actually like this style. Nadula is where I received this wig. I purchased it with my own money, like I said, and I can't say anything bad about this wig. I love the fact that they used more of the net and actually brought the wig to a certain length, so that way it makes it easy for me to style and put behind my ear. And I love that because there are some wigs, you guys, where there's just extreme uncomfortability when it comes to these wigs at the ears. So this one was pretty good with having more of the lace and stopping the hair at a certain length. It made it easier as well for the application and laying it down. And now I'm able to use, if I wanted to, baby hair, of which I don't like, to make, my sideburns. So I'm just, again, still laying down the ends. And look how seamless that took. And I still haven't even melted the lace as of yet. So being able to melt the lace, I guess, if so to speak, on the edges was nice, that I didn't have to worry about cutting too much hair and stuff like that. So now I am melting the lace, and this part was pretty fun. So I am just going through, but this hot iron is just so daggone hot. This blow dryer is just way too hot, but I needed it that hot. So I'm just going through it with the got-to-be spray and spraying each piece, a piece at a time, because what you're going to see is if you start spraying all the way across, you'll start seeing the product drip. I mean, it's going to drip anyway, but you don't want it to just completely just drip down your forehead. And mine was starting to drip into my eyebrows a bit. But you'll see me later clean up. So I'm cutting this in two because I couldn't really see how to cut this without cutting too far. So I needed to cut it a little bit more. And guys, please take your time with the razor because you can easily cut too far. And like I told you guys earlier, the lace was dyed because I colored this hair a little bit brighter. This hair, when it arrived from Nadula Hair, it was a 99J color, which is burgundy. I honestly cannot stand the color 99J. It reminds me of pack hair. So I said, okay, I need to color this just a little bit more. So I used the Kiss Temptations in Raspberry, and that's what gave it the brighter hue. So I'm just continuing to go through and just lay that lace. So I am just making sure that I secure this wig and melt the lace. So now that I have fully secured the lace, I'm going to do a little bit of plucking. This wig came pre-plucked, but I still feel like in the front, it still needs to be, a little fine-tuning needs to happen on it. So I'm just going through it and doing a little bit of plucking, not too much, because we don't want to make this wig bald in any space that it really shouldn't be. Because as you see, I haven't really parted much, and I'm not plucking from like the middle. I'm really plucking from the front just to make it light how our natural hairs are on our actual head. So I'm just going through now to clean up some of that got to be spray because my face is really sticky. So this is the mineralized skin finish I was telling you about in the beginning that I used on my cap. I also use it to blend my lace so that way it takes that ashy, white cast from the lace and just make sure that it blends a bit with my face. So I have a bit of a tan because this summer has not been the best to me. So it may look a little bit light. I also have 2 ring lights on, so that also is another contributing factor as to why my lace, once I put on the mineralized skin finish, may look a little light. But it matches, don't worry. So now I'm using my coconut oil serum that I use whenever I flat iron my hair. I'm not trying to flat iron this like extremely flat and straight, but I wanted to take some of that wave that you guys just saw a bit from the back that was on the hair. I previously flat ironed it when it was on my mannequin head, because I had to make sure that this was a flat install. And I think I did a pretty good job for coloring this, flat iron it, using a wax stick that you guys did not see. I think I'm going to probably do a video though. Do you guys want to see that? Let me know. But I'm flat ironing the hair. This flat iron is a cheap $19.99 flat iron. I should have pulled out my Baby Bliss, but I'm gonna make sure that I do it again. So I'm just going through the hair, just, running a warm straightening comb through it. I'm sorry, not straightening comb. Oh, what am I talking about? Running a warm flat iron through. And normally I don't like the asymmetrical look on the wig, so I try to cut it a bit, but I think I need to cut it some more. So when you see this wig again, just know that I cut it a little bit more, because you're probably going to wonder, well, why is it shorter than the last time we saw it? I'm letting you guys know now, I'm going to cut it just a little bit more. But Guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, if anything, for the color. And I'm hitting that busted woe as I always do, because I never could get it right though. But this is the end. Thank you.